All right. Hello, everybody. I am so sorry we are late, a little bit late. Not too bad. Maree and I were just in pure conversation. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy.
Hi,
Um,
Lisa. Hi, everyone.
Welcome to
Ah,
all the new, uh, subscribers and people that are watching the show. If you don't know this, Maree and I do this for fun. So for entertainment purposes only, and that reminds me, let me put that
Anna.
nice little banner up. And
Yeah,
yeah, so I'm super, super excited, and I think Maree is too, that finally XRP has won the lawsuit. Well, we already knew it had
yeah,
won the lawsuit, but it's finally, the word is out. So there's something happening. This is huge as far as something is happening. And I just can't wait to see what unfolds, because it's almost like
yeah,
the dam broke and now it's just like whoosh,
yeah, totally.
you know so
I know.
exciting, Maree, so exciting.
It is, and it's funny, Elisa, because we were just talking, and I only because I woke up to Elisa's message like, with party hats. XRP. I was going, what's going on? Because of course we sleep through your day. So I looked and went, oh my goodness, it's finally been revealed that yes, this has actually happened. So yeah, and we were just talking about it, and the thought popped into my mind before I'd even spoken to Elisa. It just dropped in, which is what happens to me. And I went, oh, I wonder if this timing is quite relevant to everything else that's going on in the plan, so that people become very aware of it and they start feeling very comfortable with it, because is this going to be our transition through to a different system? So, yes, that's what popped into my mind. And Elisa, you said it popped into your mind as well.
Yeah, well, definitely. What I feel like is, if there the if the financial arena would fall apart, then XRP could be used as currency now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Will it be used as currency, or will it be used as like a
well, I don't want to call it currency. I want to
no
call it like, if somebody would,
transaction?
I'm willing to take XRP for something you want to buy that
Right.
I'm selling, right?
Gotcha.
So
Yep.
that's what I mean, currency.
Now I'm with you. And yeah, because apparently XLM will holds more of that aspect to it, as a currency. So yeah. So look, watch this space. It's almost like there's this, real rolling effect happening with things. Um, so and I have heard, and we can check to see if this is true, that when that beautiful movie, The Sound of Freedom, came out, that was actually a marker, so to other things unfolding. And then look what's happened now. That was only on the 4th. So this is, something else that's sort of happening as a part of it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
mm.
And I believe also the 23rd is going to be big. I don't remember what the card said, but I think they did say something would happen on the 23rd, didn't
Did
they?
they? I can't remember a lot of the
Remember the
time.
guy with the hat? I played the video with the guy with the hat, and you're like, who is
Oh,
that?
yes, yes. I said, yeah, it's not sure. And yeah, I don't know who it was either. But I said something could possibly happen, but maybe not on that date. That's what it was, because I don't like dates so much. So
Right.
look at that. 10 of Pentacles. Let's talk about woohoo.
Yeah, no,
So
absolutely. So
mm,
exciting. So exciting.
yeah,
And, um, you know, as you know, I don't need this money.
no,
I want it because I want to help humanity with it.
yeah.
And it's just exciting that new phase in my life is going to be starting.
Exactly,
So,
and having that freedom to be able to do projects or to have things set up where we can be of service more, and we can actually help people and share, and
mhm.
help communities start setting up more within smaller areas. I think that's really important. I can't wait to see parks, half of them full of beautiful community gardens. To me, that I just, every time I look around, I go, why aren't they fruit trees? Why aren't they this? It grows so abundantly here. it just doesn't make sense that anyone should be hungry because they don't have enough money.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I actually was watching a video before we started about electroculture, and it was this guy showing how he put the rods, really copper rods, all really high up, and he's showing us like 5-pound zucchinis, and he's
Yes.
like, and I don't even touch these plants. I don't do much with them. I don't have to put a lot of water in them. So somehow the electroculture keeps them hydrated and things like that.
Well, it's interesting because I have heard as well that people that have maybe got, some illnesses or whatever, if they actually ground at night through the copper down through a wooden staff or something into the ground from outside, it's actually helping people with different issues. So I can't do. I'm up on the second floor, so it would be a little bit tricky. I could do it, but yeah, apparently. So it's the same sort of. I guess it's the same philosophy, isn't it? It's working with the Earth's electromagnetic currencies and all of the goodness that comes in. And of course, the Earth gives us prana and minerals etherically. So this is why a lot of the time chefs say they're not hungry, because they're etherically taking in the goodness of the food as they're cooking.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah. So and it even goes through your skin and everything, but electromagnetically, and because they're usually in an open heart space when they're cooking, it definitely takes in some of those minerals and goodness. Well, I know if I'm feeling a bit depleted, I'll just stand on the earth and just connect in through my higher self and just ask the earth, please just send me any prana, any minerals, anything I need to help me to rebalance and rejuvenate. And I do always feel better. So that's a little trick that people can do if they're feeling a bit tired or flat or whatever. And it's just so easy.
That's a great idea, Maree. Or a good. I always say, I'm getting all the minerals and nutrients my body needs. Is usually what I will say when I eat.
And that's perfect, and that it gets absorbed, absolutely, yeah. But this is like, and I always have in my heart, well, Mother Gaia, we were birthed through the earth, literally. She knows my every need on every level, like deep within my cells, and so I just connect into that and then just ask for that beautiful prana and minerals and whatever it is that I need. And I mean, I know personally that etherically, when I'm very strong on my energy level, on the electromagnetic aspect of me, then I always stay well, and I always feel good. So again, putting that extra prana or whatever, I always go through my higher self, through God, whatever you want to call it, and do it that way through Mother Earth. So
yeah, it's amazing really what is to come. And I feel like this electroculture thing just like came out of the blue, and like now everybody knows about it and it's the buzzword, and it's just amazing how things just show up. Like it's so obvious now. Like before, I was never like noticing the traits, or it's just amazing. Now it's like it just appears and it's just everywhere.
Yeah, and Elisa, I've traveled a lot in my life, and I used to always be in awe of the beautiful cathedrals and all of the amazing, buildings. And then once they're from Terraria, once they're from a whole nother different time and space and realm on Earth, and you see how they're made, and they're deliberately made to take the energy out of the ionosphere, out of the, atmosphere, literally, for power and energy. Once you know that, and you see it, you can't unsee it. And you go, how could I have not asked these questions before? And why were the roofs copper? Like all the roofs are green, over in Europe when you go to these. And I go, why didn't I even ask those questions?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what you don't know, do you?
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys are in Telegram, I would highly suggest you follow Cultivate Elevate. It's about Tartaria. It's about using copper. He was talking about how using hats that are not cotton or linen or wool or whatever, can cause hair loss because it's putting static in your hair. I mean, just like this guy knows. Yeah, this guy knows so much.
Can you pop his link somewhere underneath in the chat at some stage at the end or something? Because that sounds amazing.
Cultivate, elevate. It's no, actually, you know what? It's called I think it's called the Tartaria History Channel.
Okay, because there's 2 Australians that do it as well, and
Tartaria and History Channel. Yeah, that's it.
That'd be amazing.
Let's see. View channel info, and then here's the link. Okay, so let me copy the link now and bring it over here.
Beautiful.
And it's going to be there. Tartaria History Channel. And so he posts there. But I think his channel is called Cultivate Elevate. Okay. I'm pretty sure. So, but somehow I get his videos here on this channel. So I'm not sure.
He might have a couple. Does that
happen? Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he might.
So and you're right, though. It's like this, as this consciousness on Earth and within us, as it expands and becomes finer and higher vibration, it's like we are open and aware now, to a lot more than we could have been before. So it is like the 100th monkey syndrome. It's just going to be like, once this all starts to come out, Elisa, oh my goodness, you watch this world change.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. And it is changing. And, to get ready for the money that's going to come in to help humanity, I was going to start visiting all the communes in Florida. So I was going to try to find where the communes are to try to see how each commune does their thing. Yeah. And see, and learn from each one and see what are the good ideas here, the good ideas there, and maybe do something. Oh, I'm wearing linen now. That's all I'm wearing now is linen.
Oh, yeah.
So that's really good. From the Cultivate Elevate channel he was talking about how wool and linen have 5,000 like measurements of energy or something, and how it's something about the electrons and you really, what, now it makes sense why whenever I did the sessions and people would not regress, but go to see themselves as ETs, humanoid ETs, they always wore white, and it's what they're wearing is white linen.
Yeah, gotcha. Interesting. I wonder how hemp would measure, because hemp holds a very high vibration and it's completely natural. So I'd like to know what the vibration of hemp is.
Yeah, it's not as good as wool or linen.
Silk? Is silk good?
Silk is bad. Bamboo is bad. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. And so I know. Wait. So Tartaria is true. We've done a whole show on Tartaria.
Yeah.
So you might want to go back and look at those shows, but it is true. Absolutely true.
Definitely. And once you see it, Lady Hawk, you just can't, you just think, like I was saying, how could I not have seen this before? Even, is it Gothi? In Spain, they've got the amazing buildings. It looks like a Disney thing. And they're saying that this one architect did all of these. Well, no, it's a little bit like the convict that they had in Australia that was an architect, and he built 200 buildings in 2 years, no. So Gothi, yeah. And I was just like, yeah, it's like, man, the story is, and that's why they said that a lot of, well, I've heard that World War II apparently was to annihilate a lot of these buildings. So which, that's what they did. So less evidence.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, in that channel, they explain a lot about the Tartarian buildings that are out there, the history about the Chicago Fair, and how
Yes.
all of that was completely disappeared.
And do you remember Tesla? Was that the Tesla one, or was that the New York one where everything was run on free energy? Everything was run
Everything
on
was
his
in free
designs.
energy, but it was
Yeah.
Chicago. It was
Oh, it was
Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, because I know
Yeah.
that, and then they took it all away, and we never saw that again.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Well, we
No.
will be. I tell you right now, that will be coming back.
Yeah, but he shows
Absolutely.
all the in that channel. They show you all the existing buildings right now that
Yeah.
are from Tartaria.
Yeah.
There's a bunch that are still existing.
Oh, heaps. Okay. Yeah, tower moment. Yeah, there's going to be like this massive shift over. Like even places like the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, apparently that's a massive battery holder. It was like a battery for the energy. It would hold the energy. And you look around the world, and they're in other places as well.
Yes.
So it blows my brains. I wished I'd known all of this when I was traveling when I was younger.
I know, right? It makes you want to travel again to go
Yeah.
see all these places that are
Whole
being posted.
whole
Yeah.
different way, and
Yeah.
looking at how they've made the cathedrals with the cathodes and how the glass stained windows that actually stop the energy coming through the particular spokes of the energy harvesting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go back. Before we get too far, I saw
Yep.
Teresa posted a question about
Okay.
if gold and silver ever going to skyrocket like they've said it would for the last few years. Yeah, I think we've done the cards on that too, and the card said yes.
Yeah.
It
Teresa, at the
just
moment,
we don't know a time frame.
no, at the moment, because it's so manipulated, like because it's on the Forex, it's manipulated. So we have to wait till those sort of structures get taken down and it's seen for its real value. Because I think as it comes out of the earth, it's like 7-1, silver to gold. That should be the price range ratio, and it's about 80-1 at the moment. So there's real disparity there. So nothing is going to happen until something happens virtually. So, yeah, it will go up, but I can just pull a couple of
Let's
cards
see what the
for
cards
you.
can tell us about
Yeah.
it.
Hey, you want to come out somewhere there? Yeah. At the moment, because just what I was talking about, Two of Pentacles is always about when a decision's made or having to make a choice or something is 50-50. It's just because it's manipulated at the moment. So the true value. But I mean, look what's happening with BRICS. It's amazing. They're actually going to bring out their own currency in August. I mean, this is gold-backed currency. So yeah, victory, 6 of Wands, victory. So it's all going to be good. It's just a matter of timing and things will happen when they, I feel that the whole system has to go down first was exactly what I was just going to say as that card came out. That has to go down first. So
Yeah.
I hope that helps, Teresa. But have some faith. Yeah.
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 Okay, very cool. And the next question Teresa had was that she did added copper to a copper ionizer to the pool that is said to help with algae. Is there more benefits to swimming in the copper than I knew of? I bet you there is.
Yeah, I do. I actually take.
I'm drinking copper now myself.
I take colloidal copper because I've got red hair base, and apparently it helps you to stop going grey if you've got enough copper within your body. So, because this is natural color, so I just take a little bit every day.
What I did is I bought a copper pitcher. And I put my water in there overnight, and then because it cannot be in the copper for too long, for more than 10 hours.
Why is that, Elisa?
Because it puts too much copper in the water, and then you'll have a
overdose
whatever of copper, too much copper.
Yeah.
So so as soon as I wake up, I take it out and I pour it into a different pitcher.
Gotcha.
And that's how I get my copper. Mm-hmm.
That's a really clever idea. So look, there would have to be, more benefits to swimming in copper. Gee whiz, I wonder what the I wonder what your ratio is in there, Teresa. Be interesting to sort of get some measurements and to see what the ratio is compared to like a pool that doesn't have it. So I'll have to look
what
at
do the
more.
cards say, Maree,
Let's have a look and see
what it does to the pool?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was just so if your pool's been like had your algae in it and things like that, it's had a tough time with that Nine of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, it actually shifts it into a better space by the looks of this. So and I mean they did use copper as obviously a conductor. So if it's more positive ions in there or negative ions, however it works to work better for you, it looks like it takes it into a better space, is what the cards are telling me. So that's yeah, look at that, Temperance. So there's the water. Temperance is about change, and it's just having patience with it. So, but I just keep an eye on your levels and just see, maybe notice how you're feeling when you're in the pool. Notice your skin. Do some anecdotal evidence of how you're actually feeling, Teresa. That'd be really interesting as well. I might do a bit of research on that because I've needed to probably do more anyway because I know I need copper in me. So we all do.
Yeah, I should have sent you that video or put it out there on my Telegram channel. I'm trying to think if it might have been from that guy, the Cultivate Elevate guy.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
But even, but you know, but there's 4 colloidal silvers, there's 4 colloidal different types. Yeah, there's copper, silver, gold, and what's the other one? Can't remember now. Gone blank. But yeah, so you can actually get them as well. But I'm just intrigued with this, Teresa. So yeah, let us know. Can you do a little one-person experiment, please, and let us know?
Yeah.
So yeah, because I've got a pool here.
So copper pitcher. I did buy a copper pitcher, but you have to make sure that it's a very good source of the copper quality, and it doesn't have any lead in it, and it's you know, it's got to be it's not cheap if you buy the good stuff. So you know,
would it be easier? Would it be easier to make the copper like you do like colloidal silver? Would it, you know, to have the little you know, the charges and everything with the copper, and then you get the ions from it? Would that be a cheaper way to do it, do you think?
Well, long term, it's cheaper, obviously, to use the copper pot, the copper, you know, because you don't have to keep buying the copper, colloidal copper.
Yeah.
So
true.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, that's really interesting.
One-time purchase. Yeah. So the next question we have to share the Telegram name or link. Go to the Cultivate Elevate or that Tartarian link that I put in the chat already, and you can find it there. Okay, the question. There are rock formations that very much resemble animals and giants. Were they real? And if they were, what happened to turn them to stones?
Yeah. Elisa, do you have any thoughts on this?
I personally don't think they were turned into stones. I just kind of assumed that the stones had been shaped to look like the animals.
Ah, okay.
That's what I thought. But I could be, I never thought about this theory here.
Ah, okay. So I had a connection when I was driving back from the Sunshine Coast. It's about 2.5 hour drive, and they have these glasshouse mountains, they're called, and they're very weird. They sort of come out of nowhere, and there's about 4 or 5 of them on their own. Anyway, I was driving past one, and I looked up, and I went, "You were a giant." I knew it, and it looked like it was hunched down like this giant, and I just knew. I went, "You were a giant." I knew it. And then my friend, she didn't know any of this. She'd been up there, and I told her, and then she said, "Maree, I felt this heart when I was actually driving past there." She said, "I felt this connection to the same particular mountain." And she said, "I could feel that there was a heart in there of this being." And so I personally believe that there were giants and that there were giant animals on the earth. And
for sure.
And there was a time where there was like liquefaction, is that the word, where the rock melts? Like you can see, there's so many photos of castles or buildings that are literally melted into the rock. So there was some sort of electric, energetic liquefaction, literally. So my feeling is that's when a lot of these giants and giant animals actually were liquefied into stone. So yeah,
Can
I
we
can
ask that?
add,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's ask the cards.
see if that's true or not. I mean, it could just be my amazing imagination, but just from what I've seen. So yeah, it's a Queen of Swords. So she's someone that's direct, tells a story, not the king. So, we may never know the full truth of it, but it's sort of saying that, yeah. So Knight of Cups, bringing a message, an emotional message. Can you imagine if this all came out as truth? It would create absolute chaos, wouldn't it? People would go, what? A bit like Tartaria. I mean, imagine when people find out about all of the things that we know now. So yeah, it would create that chaos. Seven of Cups.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do believe that there is some truth in that story, in that knowing. Yeah. And I think it was a hard time because I feel it was like fairly fast, because that Three of Swords is a real heartbreak. So it was something that happened very quickly. Yeah.
Okay. So are we
Yep.
saying then that they did turn into stone then?
Yep. Yes. And it's fascinating. I'd never had that feeling or thought before until I came around the corner and this mountain, and I went, oh, I knew it. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I had the same feeling when I saw a amount of rock formation in I think it was Colorado.
Really.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And I mean, there are footprints and things as well that have been, yeah, they've found like massive footprints. And look at the trees. I mean, look at the tree bases that they say now are mountains, but they're actually trees that were destroyed and cut down.
Yeah, because I have a picture of one that I saw when I went on my trip to Colorado.
Yeah.
And to Mount Shasta. Yeah.
Yep. So there's a lot that is, it's always been called fairy stories or whatever, but yeah, there's a lot of truth there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Excellent question. I never really thought about it, so I'm
open to it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Oops. So Maple Tree wants to know if Medusa was real.
Okay, so Medusa's story was that she was she could turn people into stone with her eyes, and she had snakes for hair, correct?
Yes.
And I can't remember what the story was as to how she got to that point. Was it?
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. So, right, let's have a look and see if there was such a being as the real Medusa. Okay, I feel there was Medusa energy. I feel that there was something that was very powerful. Yeah, look, it's Seven of Pentacles always tells me that it's something that's been seeded. Everyone knows about Medusa, but it's almost like a story that's been given on an emotional level. And again, it's only small. So the pages are always something that is smaller, or it's more gentle. So I feel that the story has been embellished a little bit, but it looks like there was definitely some truth in the power of a being that was called Medusa. Got the Hierophant as a clarifier. To me, this is someone that controls the masses. So, it could have been used as a little bit of a control aspect by people. Six of Swords. So I feel that there wasn't a person such as Medusa, but the power within somebody was really, they were powerful, and that's what's come through. So
do you get a feeling that there was a being that had the snakes as hair?
No, not per se. But
that's the part that was embellished, right?
Yeah, but
Probably.
someone that, and now what's a snake even mean? A snake is all about transformation. A snake is actually Kundalini rising. So this is one, there would have been maybe people that had, or a being that had such power that they could almost, freeze people with their energy and their power, because the snake is transformative. So if someone's holding that much power and has actually transformed through a Kundalini experience, they can be really powerful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's just what I was getting from the cards then. So
yeah.
but yeah.
So were they actually being turned to stone?
Okay, let's have a look at that. That's a really good question. Again, this is so interesting. I feel it was embellished, but what I'm seeing, so I'm also channeling as I'm doing this, I'm also seeing that the power of this person could hold someone, could freeze someone, using manipulation with energy or whatever. They could actually freeze someone. And oh, you're not going to believe it. Same two cards. So this is actually, and I'd shuffled and I'd go along and see which ones are hot. So it's telling us the same thing. It's an embellished story, but there was definitely an aspect of that someone had the power or ability. There was probably more than one that had the power or ability to do it. Yeah, 9 of Cups. So there was a lot of people that desired to have this power. So there was probably more than one person, and it could have even been a group, some sort of group.
Yeah. Okay, so Jim, this we covered, we didn't cover it in today, we covered it in the last show. Yeah, we covered it in the last show, so you might want to go watch the last show when we're done here.
It's a good story, Jim, that one.
Yeah, for sure. Pink Light wants to know if I still do past life regressions. I do not. I am so sorry. But if you're interested in having one, I can definitely suggest people. So, okay, let's see. Okay, what else?
Yeah, I like what Kibu Hope has said, that the woman with the snake hair are the emblem. Well, like I said, the snake is powerful. It's transformative. It's snakes to me are a really powerful animal for helping us transform into having more power. So yeah, that could exactly be right. But that's the emblem. I've actually got an amazing Medusa. What do you call it? Neck piece. And it's so powerful. When I put it on, I can actually feel the energy of it.
Really?
Yeah. It's very powerful.
Wow.
So beautiful. It's done in onyx and silver, and it's quite stunning. I don't wear it very often, but then when I do wear it, it's because I've been told you have to wear that. So
yeah. And what is it for? Protection or?
It's more, I just feel more empowered when I have it on, and it's like this energy comes through me. So it's almost like I must need that energy wherever I'm going or whatever I'm doing at that time. And I used to wear it a lot more, and I mean, I haven't been wearing it as much, but that's why I liked what Kivo Hope said, because I feel that that particular emblem holds power and energy, and I've never seen it as negative. Yeah. So I like that.
Okay. Well, really interesting. Okay, I found the info on the linen stuff.
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, do you want to come up and be the same size as me?
Okay, I can do that. Well, I read the info, so I won't be looking at you. But so in the Bible, it does say, do not wear clothes of wool and linen woven together. Deuteronomy 22-11 or :11. So in 2003, a Jewish doctor named Heidi Yellen conducted a study on the frequencies of fabric. According to the study, the human body has a signature frequency of 100, and organic cotton is also the same. The study showed that if the number is lower than 100, it actually puts a strain on the body. A deceased, nearly dead person has a frequency of 15, And that is where polyester, rayon, and silk register.
So I'm shocked with the silk. That's blowing my mind.
Non-organic cotton registers a signature frequency of about 70. If the fabric has a higher frequency, it gives energy to the body. This is where linen comes in as a super fabric. Its frequency is 5,000. Wool is also 5,000, but when mixed together with linen, the frequencies cancel each other out and fall to zero. Even wearing a wool sweater on top of a linen outfit in a study collapsed the electrical field. The reason for this could be that the energy field of wool flows from left to right, while that of linen flows in the opposite direction from right to left.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
so
how did they measure it? Did they say, Elisa, what they were using to measure it? Because that
no,
would be really interesting.
See, it just isn't that. A study was done by a Jewish doctor, and I'm sure he put together that study has got to be somewhere. But basically it said, of course, linen and wool. Next best was organic cotton and leather.
Yep.
And the materials to avoid: rayon, bamboo, silk, synthetic materials like polyester, acrylic, spandex, viscose, or nylon, which have 0.
Wow.
Yep.
That's fascinating.
So, yeah, cultivateelevate.com.
I wonder though, okay, let's just take it a step further. I wonder with our intention if we could actually raise the frequency and vibration of the clothes we wear.
Well, you can do anything with intention. You create your reality. Absolutely.
Correct. So, I mean, but isn't it to bless the clothes as we put them on? If we don't have the linen or the cotton or whatever, just to bless them. It's a great idea. Yeah.
So can you ask about hemp? Because I know Lady Hawk is asking, and I know that was your first question.
Yeah, it was hemp.
Yeah.
And did they say in there what hemp? How did hemp come up at all?
Hemp is not mentioned in there at all. I don't see it. I'm gonna go back and look, but I don't see it.
We've got a King of Pentacles for hemp. Yep.
Yeah.
And that was my gut feeling. So that's our king. So yeah, it's high. They might not have been using it. That was a while ago, wasn't it, that study?
It says 2003.
Oh, okay. So
that's
Wheel of
10
Fortune.
years.
Yeah, hemp's looking good. Hemp's looking really good. But of course, it was banned and outlawed. I mean, it was only like 2 or 3 years ago that it was legal to start growing hemp crops in Australia. Like crazy. Well, it was actually you could actually sell it and stuff. It's just crazy. So yeah, no, it's very good.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
so I've been buying linen.
Yeah.
I literally went to, there's a store here called Marshalls and TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
And it's like a store where they bring in clothing that companies are trying to get rid of because the new models are coming in, kind of thing.
Yes.
And every piece of clothing I bought, almost every single one was like name brand, and it was on clearance because people don't like buying linen.
Yeah,
because you have to iron it.
Yes, I know. Whereas natural linen, even if it's a bit crumpled, looks really nice, doesn't it? I think. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got a couple of nice linen tops.
Yeah. So I got for like $180. I got like 10 items.
Wow.
Like a whole wardrobe. I had pants, shorts, skirt, dresses, shirts.
In linen.
Wow. So
this good shopping.
Yeah,
that's pretty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oops. Wow. Just dropping everything.
It's a really cute dress.
Wow. Good job.
Yeah. So now it makes sense why I've always seen like these. I don't want to call them gurus, but certain specific gurus are always wearing white linen, and now it makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And white is a color of purity, and it's a reflective color, whereas black tends to absorb more energy in. So yeah. Cool. Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So, something to ponder and look
Definitely.
at. I'm lost here. Okay, here we go. Let's see what I lost. Okay, here we go. Pink light. Pink light. Here we go. Do medbeds exist on Earth? That's a good
Okay.
question.
It is a good question. Do they exist on Earth? I mean, because who knows? They could be being held in another realm. But let's just see if we have medbeds on Earth. I mean, at the end of the day, I really know that we can heal ourselves. I know that. So we're our own medbed at the end of the day. That's how I see it. So yeah.
Well, ultimately, think about it. If we create our reality, all projections come from us. Therefore, the medbed projection comes from us. Therefore, you are the medbed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Four of Wands. Yes, definitely. To me, this is a safe place. This is a place where, there's a community, whatever. Four of Swords. It's still being hidden. It's a secret still. It's still a little bit underground. And let's just do another one. So these are, to me, these are yes. Yeah. So page again, we've got our Page of Cups. He's someone that does a soft message. It's like they're going to bring it in a way where it's not going to, people aren't going to go, oh, I'm not touching that. I don't know anything about that. And so the Page of Cups brings a message that softens the message for people. And I think I told you guys before, but I remember I was reading some clinical paper or whatever, and they were already starting to release through universities and science studies that these mice and that were regenerating their legs, and all of these different things were coming out. It's just that people that maybe haven't got a medical type background don't look at that stuff. And I was going, they're soft releasing this. They're actually already starting to show people, look, this is possible.
Yeah.
So, and anti-aging, there was one on that people can regenerate their own skin, through an electromagnetic device. Hello.
Now that we're saying that, I bet you copper. I mean, if copper is healing these plants and making them regenerate and get that kind of growth, what can it do to our face?
I know, right? Let's get some copper paste. Well, that's right. That's why the that information I was seeing about people that were grounding them with copper at night to sleep, they were feeling so much better and their pains were going. And that's some of the anecdotes I've heard around people that were grounding at night through actually earthing themselves with copper and wood.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So pink light, that's a yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, before we run out of time, I can't believe it's quarter till. We have not asked the question, right? We got involved. So now what, right? Like, so XRP won the lawsuit. Everything's going up.
Mm-hmm.
We know that it is going to be used for most banks are going to be using XRP as the form of transference and things like that. So what are the cards? I mean, obviously we don't give financial advice, and I'm not a big fan of using the cards for future outcome, but I do. Now we kind of have to go like, okay, so when is it the right time to sell it, right? When is the right time to make a choice or a decision?
Yeah.
And so what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, my thoughts about, it's like the same with anything in life. It's like, when did you buy them? What did you pay for them? What do you want to get out of it? Like, for me, I want to sell off enough to cover all my costs of buying them plus a little bit extra, so that I'm feeling good. And then it's sort of the rest of it is like play money. I mean, I haven't got loads of it, but to me, that's my sensible, I've got my Captain Sensible hat on. That's how I would do it. But everyone's different. Some people might have bought it when it was at 30 cents. Some people might have bought it at $4. So of course you're going to look at what your, when would it work for you to sell it? And that's always with anything like this. To me, that's what it comes back to. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune's come up again. When is it right for you to change and to make that decision?
Right.
So,
But how, like, I know that cards and astrology are used to make forecasts of, like, okay, we think that this is going to go to a certain specific point.
yeah,
So how can we use these tools to
yeah,
know, like, where is this going to go?
yeah.
Is it going to be as high as Bitcoin got? Like, Bitcoin got to 60,000, was it? Almost
80.
60,000.
Oh, yeah, US. Yeah, I'm thinking Australian. Yeah, yeah.
So can we
Can
ask the cards
yeah.
if
Will
XRP
there be
will?
some point in time, whether it might be 50 years, 100 years? So it's still the Eight of Pentacles. It's still being worked on. Like it's something different to Bitcoin. When this card comes up to me, it's got its own. They're working on it as it is. But yeah, it's gonna once it's balanced, once everything's happened, it looks like it is going to move forward. But it takes for it to be balanced. So there's probably still a lot that's going to happen. Three of Cups. So this is a celebration card. So yeah, look, I'm yeah,
So
I think a
could the
lot's got to
cards
happen
be?
first.
So could it be that the cards are telling us that they're going to be bought by the banks, like we were being told?
Yeah,
And it's not like Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is not being bought by the banks, obviously. So maybe the cards are just trying to tell us that this XRP is different to Bitcoin and that it's going to be bought out.
That's a really good way to say it, because the Eight of Pentacles is it's still being worked on, and it's working in a way that, like I said, is different.
It's different.
So, yeah. Now, this card has come up. Now, to me, this tells me, because it's my military card, stuff has to go down first before that happens. And I would say that's the shift in the financial system.
Right, but let's ask the cards if that's why they told us the SEC is over. The SEC lawsuit is over. Is that the next is the military to now do what they need to do financially?
Yeah.
Was this
and the financial
what we were waiting for?
Let's have a look and see. Was it a marker? Was it a deliberate marker? Oh, that's a big yes. It was a marker, definitely. The Fool's come up, the new beginnings for the world. Yeah, I think these are big cards. Major arcana to get together like that. So yeah, but at meantime, Knight of Wands, it's still going to be a little bit of a not the full truth isn't coming out. When that knight comes out, it's not the full truth with the Knight of Wands. It's like still going the other way. So they're still going to keep it a little bit undercover, but it definitely is a deliberate step in that situation that we're talking about with finances, with everything going on, because they're two big cards to get together like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
All right. Okay. So I will get off the XRP bandwagon, but those were huge news, not only for at least you and I, but also for a lot of humanity, and a big news for the financial markets and all that stuff. So,
and for crypto, I mean, it's going to make people feel safer, and it's going to push the Senate to maybe bring out a policy for cryptos, so it's more accepted, and so I think it'll make people feel a bit safer with things.
Yeah, it's a huge step.
It is.
So yeah, okay. Kibu has a very cute question about if there are ghosts on other planets, like an ET ghost. And what do you think, Maree?
Wow, I'm going to ask Jasper. Okay, Jasper, because we can talk planets, I remember as well, Kibu, that planets have their own different realms within the planet system. So it's like on Earth, we've got different realms that we can tap into as well. So let me just tune in with Jasper and just see what he can show us. All right. So he's saying, how he's explaining it is, a ghost is almost like a vibrationary signature. So he said, yes, you can have that on other planets or other realms where there's this vibrationary signature. He said it may not be as emotional as on Earth, because on Earth it can be an emotional dump or an emotional trauma that's sort of been left in the vibration. So he said not so much that, it's more of a signature is what he's showing me. He's showing me this light signature. So yeah, there can be like that sort of event or effect on other planets. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the answer was no.
No,
I
because he's
thought
saying
ghosts were 3D.
no, but it depends what we define as a ghost. He's talking about a vibrationary signature. So it's it's been there. It's like it's like when God, this just came into my head. It's like when dogs know that other dogs have been somewhere because they can smell, whatever's there. So this is almost like a vibrationary signature. So someone can say, "Oh, such and such has been here," or whatever. Not the emotional ghost aspect like we get in 3D is what he was saying, but a vibration.
Okay, because yeah, I think you have to.
It's really hard to explain. When I see things and he shows me things, it's quite hard sometimes to explain it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but you definitely have to, like you explained it. You have to explain, because people, I'm thinking a ghost like you see
yeah,
on on a
TV or
scan or a
yeah,
whatever, like a 3D ghost,
yeah.
which I wouldn't think exists in the 5D realm.
No, it's more like a vibrationary signature, so not like a white ghost. I had an incredible experience. I was next door with my friends when I used to live up in the mountain, and we were out the back. We had this beautiful little fire burning, and I went inside to get something. And as I came back, I thought I saw, my friend. I thought I saw him walking up their stairs, and I went, "Oh, what are you doing going up the stairs?" And then I went, okay. So I went outside and he was sitting on the chair, and I went, oh, what did I just see? And it wasn't so much a ghost. It was definitely him, but it was like it was like a timeline shift, and it was real. And my other friend then started to tell me some of the experiences she had. She was almost like a walking portal in the stuff that had gone on for her. Yeah, like she'd seen horse and carriages outside, of they had this beautiful Airbnb. So she was almost like the portal, because I've never seen anything like this. So it was like a timeline shift. And I definitely saw my friend walking up the stairs, same walk, same gait, and he just ignored me. I went, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, was spinny. So what's a ghost? Is it a
Right.
timeline distortion? Is it a vortex? Yeah.
Well, I think for most people, right? Because if you think about all the people that are on Earth, and most of them are not spiritually awakened, a ghost is just a ghost. It's something you see in
Yeah.
a mystery house, or,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I think we're
Yeah. Okay.
talking about.
So different. Yeah. So, but it will leave a vibratory signature maybe, but not what we would call a ghost here. But then we see things differently too. So, some people are very afraid of ghosts, or energies like that. I've had to actually coach some of my friends so they become more comfortable with it and understand what it's about. And like, I had a friend that wouldn't even go into one of her rooms at home, and I went, "Oh, you've just got a visiting, being that hasn't, gone back through fully yet." And so,
Right. So that's what a
yeah,
ghost is, right? It's just somebody
yeah,
that has not
fully gone back.
fully accepted, or they're scared that they might have done something wrong in this life, and they're scared they're going to get judged, right? People that are in religion and think that they're going to be judged, a lot of the time they're like, they don't want to go.
And also, if they
The
feel they
light
haven't finished their business here, or they're worried about their family
of
or
someone
children.
else. Yes, they're worried
Yeah,
about their
I've seen
children.
that. Yeah,
Or,
I've
yeah,
definitely seen that. So
yeah.
it was interesting. The first time I ever really fully had an experience with a ghost, I was like, I think I just hit 30. I mean, I'd seen stuff before, but I sort of, it was no big deal. But I'd bought a new Frisbee, so I wanted to go outside and play with it. And I lived in a really quiet little street. There was a little primary school over the road, and they just demolished this beautiful old house that was next to me. So I was out there and I was going, this is weird. I can smell vanilla. I was going, I can smell vanilla. And then my partner at the time, he was going, Maree, I think it's a little girl. Like he was seeing, and I went, okay, yep. And it was beautiful energy, but I was going, oh God, this is freaky, like this. And so I went inside and I had the most amazing cat. He was like this, just real Zen cat. So I picked him up and brought him out, and he was still happy. I went, okay, this is all good. And I went, right, so what do you want me to do? And then I saw and felt these angels come through, and I went, oh, you need to leave fully. So I actually did a little beautiful prayer, and I felt her leave, and I felt the angels. It was amazing. And about 10 minutes later, I was sitting inside, and I just felt this wave of love come over me in gratitude. So that was the first time I had to teach myself how to do it. That was the first time I ever helped a soul actually release. And it was a little girl. So there you go.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a bit scary. So I really understood then why others could be afraid of it.
Yeah. Well, people are going to be afraid of things that they don't know what they are, right? That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good question, Kiro.
Yeah. I know. And very interesting. Okay. Let me see if we have anything else I might have missed. Oh, here we go.
Reading. Oh, we've got one.
Are there other versions of us hidden in the bigger earth? Are there other versions of us
bigger
hidden
earth?
In the bigger earth?
Maybe different earth, because they do say that we've got parallel lifetimes, and deja vu is when we actually come across an aspect of a similar experience energetically. So personally, I'd say yes. What about you, Elisa?
That's a concept I know I haven't understood yet, is the parallel realities that are happening of us. When Dolores said, like, when you make a decision, it forks, there's a fork on the road, and then both lives keep going parallel to each other.
Yeah.
Like, where is that? Where are those lives? Like, if I'm on this earth, where is that parallel life? Is it this earth or is it a different earth? Like, well, how does, like, I've never really gotten a knowing about it.
So the Wheel of Fortune has come up. So to me, straight away, I was just seeing it almost like a tiny step to the right or a tiny step to the left, and it's just like another whole creation, because we create everything. So it's almost like a little veil. So it's almost like experiencing from a decision that aspect while making another decision, experiencing this aspect. So it's almost like timelines, and it's like you can imagine a little tiny wall that you can't see through, but sometimes you come through a door and then you go back out again, and that's your deja vu, is when you're actually meeting.
So you're saying it's on this same earth. All parallel lives are on this same earth, but just in a different
realm. Yeah.
Mm.
And then maybe the earth is also on that slightly different realm. There could be lots of different versions energetically of earth. So
interesting.
I don't know exactly, but that's just the way I see it. So everyone will have their own
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Do you think it's something that Jazzy could
have a look at? Yeah. Okay, let's just tune into Jasper. Jasper, what can you show us? This is fascinating. I never thought of it like this. He's saying every thought is potential energy. Therefore, we create through our thought. And he just showed me the vibration of it. So it's almost like in this tiny little, just a tiny shift in that vibration will create that reality. Yeah, I'd never thought of it like that. Whew, okay. So there's no right or wrong. There is simply an experience, which is amazing. I mean, it's, when we get to a point, I feel, when we actually can really know this concept, won't that be just amazing?
We'd be yeah. It's crazy. So do you still see babies that are trying to choose their mom?
Yeah, so pink light, what I've seen, because I was a midwife, as you know, but even as a child, I could see souls going in and out of babies when people were pregnant. it's a contract, or it's like a decision. It's like, oh yeah, this will work really well for me because I know this person, they're part of a soul family. They'll offer me this and this. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. And sometimes it doesn't work out, so you just go to another scenario. This is my understanding of it. But I've actually seen, and I didn't know this had happened. And I caught up with a friend I used to work with, and I looked at her. I went, oh, I said, are you trying to get pregnant? And she went, yeah. She said, but actually, I just had a miscarriage about 6 to 8 weeks ago. And I went, okay. I said, all right. And she knew what I was like. And I said, can I just say to you, I'm seeing the same soul wanting to come back in. It just wanted to experience that, and for you to experience that, to prepare and get ready. And then that same soul wants to come in. And she went, yeah, she said, I've been feeling that. So yeah, they do. I'm getting goosebumps. So yeah, that's to me, yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome, Maree.
Yeah.
What a blessing.
I know. I'm so blessed. And I was just so blessed to be a midwife, to be able to use that skill.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's it for today. Wow, it just flew by. Woo, just flew by.
Yes.
Yep. So don't forget, guys, go to cultivateelevate.com. Don't forget about Maree's dream interpretation show on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you can't make it, definitely send her emails with your dreams so she can decode them, because they are very good at them. And it's a lot of fun. So
it is a lot of fun. So yeah, that'd be awesome to see there. And we'll have Elisa on another week. So we'll so I've changed that over so that we'll get Elisa in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so we can talk about dreams that are abductions, or abductions that look like dreams that are not. So, but maybe they are. Who knows?
Maybe they are. Who knows?
So, all right. And if you want a reading with Maree, of course, magicmaree.com. Amazing healer and amazing, just all around person. So,
thanks,
all
Elisa.
Right. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
Thank you, Jazzy.